Namaskar. I'm your host Viral Manek, and today we are going to talk about unknown spiritual revolution that you must know now. So what is this revolution is about? What is this spiritual revolution is all about? What is the connection between the COVID and the technology that is going to emerge? And what this 5G will create a new possibility for all of us. How it is going to affect our life. And what can we do so we can steer our life through in the way of what is coming in. So I personally feel that there are three kind of people. Okay. The one who wants to know what is going to happen and wants to be in the front seat and take a leap, and they are always in the 1% of the population's category. They take their decisions faster, they know what is coming in, and they keep them updated and move forward and take the lead. The second one waits, and they waits that what changes are coming, let me see, let me adapt to these changes, and if others are doing, I will do. The third one is that those who resist any change, they stay where they are and they say, I'm comfortable with my old way of doing things and I don't wish to change. And they cling on to their ideas, their beliefs, their thoughts, and they are stuck, and they are in the last row. So you choose what kind of the people that you wish to be. And this webinar is for all those people who wants to stay ahead, who wants to know what is coming in this world. This webinar is for those who are into a business with big stakes, those who are planning their future, those who are concerned about their children and kind of the life they wish to give it to their children, the next generation that they wish to give legacy to. This webinar is not for the people who wants to cling on to the old ideas. This webinar is not for the people who are not willing and are in the state of fear and do not wish to move forward in the life. I'm your host Viral Manek, and what makes me to speak about this subject is my spiritual experience in last 10 to 15 years that I have worked upon, and more precisely my intense work in the field of the brain, neurology, neuroscience, neurocosmic imprints, the science and the spirituality, and my own experiences of enlightenment, meditation, healing, and encountering the energy which is beyond a quantum field and quantum physics. Now when I say beyond quantum physics and field, that you wonder what could that be, because people are not really that much aware about the quantum field and the quantum theory and the quantum physics. So I'm talking much beyond the quantum state. And that's the energy the science has come to know about just 20 years ago, and they are exploring. I too am exploring, but I know that I can activate these energies within people and change their life and give them the benefit and give them the leading advantage in dealing with any situation that they face in their life. And I personally believe that every time we should not be accessing the external forces, an external support, we can always turn inward and find our own answers within. And we should be able to access to the universal consciousness at our will, and the universal consciousness uses its infinite intelligence for us to be available and use it to our advantage. That's the kind of interaction I help you to connect with yourself, and that what you get through my various programs, through my webinars, through my meditation, through my healing. I share those experiences and those insights and those informations and those activations for you to deal with. So what is this unknown spiritual revolution? When you will say that, okay, we have not really grasp the current spiritual realm, why are you telling us about the unknown spiritual revolution? So I am afraid, I don't want to know something which is unknown. That's the fear crops up. That is where you choose. Okay, I want to withdraw, or I am ready. So I want you to be ready to go ahead and understand what the spiritual revolution is going to happen. Now for that you need to understand what the spirituality means. Very simply, the spirituality means all the things that we are living in this world of three-dimensional reality. This three-dimensional reality is more to do with the physical manifestation. Now this physical manifestation has happened through the spirit form. That is something which is invisible, which is intangible, which is not known to us. And that field of consciousness is knowing, practicing, understanding, and dealing with that field of consciousness is spirituality. So what is this spiritual revolution, unknown spiritual revolution that I'm talking about? To understand and to know, we need to deep dive into certain concepts, certain ideas, certain development which is happening currently in the universe right now. And how this COVID situation, how the technological developments, how the changing in the consciousness, changing the concept of the time and space is affecting this spiritual revolution. And it is a choice that you can adapt to get into this state of revolution or not. Some time ago I did a webinar called it's like tapping into the ultra human. What ultra human means, that in the ultra human I have mentioned about that the consciousness is developing in the way that it's not the population that we are in. So we are moving towards the extinguishing, and the ultra humans are people who are going to survive. And how to become an ultra human is what I have to yet talk to you about. But now it's about ultra human is on the edge of humanity, the best part of the humanity, and not exactly the spirituality. It is complete edge between the two dimensions. So in the ultra human I mentioned about the extinguishing of the humanity, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it in this webinar also, but not more anything about the ultra human. So let us go step by step and understand what this webinar is for. This webinar is to make you aware about what spiritual revolution is coming, and who can be the part of this revolution is the choice that you can make. And this webinar is for the people who wants to stay ahead in their life and wants to know what is happening and what is going to come in the future, that they want to take the lead and be into the elite class, that they want to exit out of any danger that is coming in. They want to save their businesses, they want to save their relationship, they want to save their personal lives, and they want to keep ahead in everything that they do. So let's start understanding step by step what is going to come. To understand that, we need to go to the beginning of the COVID. Now COVID is become like a phenomena which has gripped the entire world, and it's unlocking situations, and there is a lot of fear. People say that we have never experienced such things in our life, and it's very strange. But within these 3 years, 3 months, 3 to 4 months, a lot of things have changed for the people's perception. So when I did my first webinar, or the first talk, something on the Facebook, and something to my group of the people who are the Divya Shaktiyans, and Divya Shakti is what I teach. I had mentioned three things about the COVID, is that it is focusing, where are we focusing upon, and it is all about the freedom, and it's all about the focus, and it's all about the fear. So the choice is within, that I can choose to have a freedom within, and my focus on the COVID shifts from the and I seek more freedom rather than the fear. So I'm not getting into that in detail, but this is the gist of the communication I had before it started. Now, when I deep dived into the consciousness, I realized that the consciousness is presenting something called extinguishing. So when I went, researched, and further find out and organize my thoughts and energies to get into conscious awareness of what is happening in the unconscious. So here is the some revelations that I'm going to do in this program for you. Now these revelations are can be very shocking for all of you. These revelations are something which nobody may have spoken about, or the idea that you may not have accessed through the social media or the internet, or any such information platform that you may be using. So this is a very discreet and very unique and very revealing information that I'm going to share with you today. So be prepared for it. So let us go into the COVID state. Now, COVID is a virus. So how does the virus affect us, and how does the virus is generated? So let us go into some of the previous incidences of the virus that the world has experienced. Way back in 1910 or 18, I suppose, the Spanish flu started. Some of you may know about this, some of you may not. And then the swine flu came, and then the various flu came, and then various phenomena started occurring. When we researched, and we found out that what is the correlation between the why this phenomena is occurring to the humans at times. So we have identified that, okay, there is a correlation between the virus that we express. It is the virus that is not there, okay, in the consciousness. That is something which we express and we emit out of us, and that is what we infect the people, and that is what it goes out in the system. So how do we express this virus is an important point that we need to understand. And what has exactly happened with the COVID, that is more relevant at this current point of time. So I'll take you to the city of Wuhan. Wuhan is, a lot of things has been spoken about Wuhan and the China as an emergence of this virus and all such things. But when I worked on it, and found out what is the deeper truth about everything that is happening. So Wuhan is a city. Okay, now hear me out very carefully. Wuhan is the city which is fully 5G enabled. That's fifth generation mobile that is going to hit the world. I think the entire system is ready and set to be hit. Okay, we are already in that phase of 5G, which is very relevant for all of us at this point of time. So what this 5G world is? Now, this 5G world, which is there in the Wuhan, which has created humans to express this virus. And when you go back and look in the past, every time there is a huge outbreak of the virus in the in the world platform, what has emerged within the period of 6 months time is the technological revolution. I hope you are understanding this. So the first revolution that happened was the radio, and then it went on to the internet, it went on to the electromagnetic radiations and the other radiations that we are facing right now. And this radiation is affecting our body, system, mind, brain, health, everything about it. So let us understand why the China has taken the lead in implementing the 5G. So basically, US was much ahead in the 4G with regards to the tablets and the devices that they use. So China wanted to do something ahead of the US, so they focused on 5G first, and they are really advanced right now with 5G, 6G, 7G platforms to roll in. But for now, we understand what is 5G platform and what does the 5G life that we can expect. So let us go step by step in understanding the 5G possibility. To enable this, we need to understand the current 4G system also. Now in the 4G system, you need to have your cell phone with you. You need to have the cell phone connected, and it should be with you. And if you want to be away from the cell phone, you can switch off the cell phone. You can go to the places like the mountains or the deep down in the sea or in between the ocean or top in the sky, so that the internet is not accessible and your phone is not accessible and it is not connected. But still you are open to radiation because the tower is emitting these signals. Now in 5G this is not going to happen. 5G, it is not a beacon, it's not beaconing, like the signals are not like this. It does not require the huge towers on the building. It does not require towers to give you connectivity. The radiation is on the millimeter away, and it's a kind of a radiation that we experience when we go to the airport, and the scanning happens, and they find out if something that we have hidden behind our skin, and so that's a very deeper radiations that they put across to us. But in the 5G, the signals are not coming from these towers. The signals are coming from the satellite directly. So the entire world is the field of the 5G. So if you go to the vis-a-vis the scenario of the 4G, if you want to disconnect with a phone, you can't. In this scenario, you are always connected with the 5G. Okay, so if you go to the top of the hill without the phone, it is possible for you to connect to this 5G network deep down in the sea, in the mid ocean, on the remotest area, in the caves, wherever you go, you are within this field of 5G. Now, how this is? In this 5G, there are no towers. In the 5G, there are small boxes which are put in across the city and at the short distances, and there are microphones, there are cameras that they are fit in, and we will be given a digital signature, and we will be subject to the digital signature. And what possibilities that will be created out of this digital signature, that I will reveal it to you in some time, and how it is going to affect our life in the future. When I say future, I'm not talking about future of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. I'm talking future which is in just a few years away from us. Because everything is set ready. Today when I was listening to the talk of our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he was talking about laying down the cables into the various islands. I think we have in India are surrounded by 130 islands, and now we are putting them into the internet and network system. But I for myself am sure about it that before this is implemented, the 5G will roll over the entire world in a very high speed, and it's going to affect our life drastically. This is what it is. So so what kind of a possibility that you can look in this? I will come on that. So let us understand what has happened in Wuhan. Now, when this radiation that we were exposed to, the humanity was exposed to, couple of things that was noticed, and this is what has happened. So what happens with this radiation? Our neurological systems goes for the toss, and it doesn't understand what is to be done, and our cells are not aligned, and the communication between the cells is disturbed, and the entire body mechanism that is experiencing this radiation do not know, so they invariably fight with the system. They feel this is an outside attack, and they work on it. And during this process, we emit the virus. We create those viruses, and that's the virus we send. Now, understanding this from the consciousness phenomena, what is going to happen is, when you emit some virus and it's get infected to the people who are not immune to this virus, because what is it that our immunity, if we are of a weak immunity, it is going to affect even for the people who are immune. It's going to affect, but the body will derive a mechanism to deal with it. Now, what has exactly happened in these processes? People have just passed out. Okay, they have just gone unconscious in the process. Now, why they have went unconscious in the process? Firstly, because the body did not understood how to deal with it, and secondly, when the kind of the perceptions and the kind of the consciousness that it hit into, it to protect it release a lot of DMT, and when excessive DMT is released from the body, this feeling of the passing out that we experience. So that was not more of a medical condition, but people passed out temporarily, and then they recovered and they came back. So all these results and all the experiments that was going on in Wuhan was kept secret by China government, and it is not revealed to the world at all. So the information which I am sharing to you right now is very, very crucial and very sacred information that I have been able to access through the tapping into the consciousness, and the consciousness guided me to find out this source of information on the practical level that I have tapped into, and that is what I am sharing with you. So coming back onto the point of the the phenomena, so the technological advancement is on the card, and which is going to happen within the next 6 months to 1 year time, which has been the history of the mankind, and all the technical evolutions that we did till now has a pre-effect of the large scale viruses that we have experienced as the body and the human beings are. So let us understand what the technological change is going to affect the humanity at large. To understand this new technological change which is going to come and which is going to affect the humanity as large, we also need to understand what is the 5G world that you can think of, and what are the repercussions, what are the effects, and which are the areas that will affect. So we will create the scenario. So now today when you are interacting with your cell phone, with the Siri or the Google Talk or whatever that you use, so you just say in the front of the device, you speak something, and it searches out and it finds out, like Alexa and the other devices which are available, and it finds the answers and give you. So these informations are stored in the supercomputer, which is we call internet. Now there are quantum computers which are ready and is available to store in the information that we need to have. So the quantum computers are well equipped and well ready to roll out the 5G. And there are other devices, the devices which are like drones, and drones of the size of the mosquitoes. So that can be a bug which can be sent across to you, which you are not aware, and these bugs will pick up the informations, and that they will transmit the informations to the main system, and they are accessible to the quantum field of information that is available with the supercomputer, and they can interact with you in the way of the possibility that you cannot even think of. So it may be difficult for you to comprehend what I'm talking at a larger scale, but just be with me for some time. So these kind of possibility is going to be experienced by all of us. So what is another possibility that I can see? So there are microchips, there are micro the mics are there, the cameras are there, they are watching us. So when you walk out of your house without even the telephone, okay, to identify where you are, what you do, is you don't need a cell phone. So you just walk out and you just say Uber. So the Uber will identify your digital ID, what is your size, what is your shape, how do you look, what is your face, what is your inner conditioning, and where are you exactly located, and Uber, driverless Uber will come. Now the Uber and many other companies have invested huge amount of money. Now you can understand what is this investment is about and what is going to happen. So they have invested huge amount of money in developing this technology. Now without the 5G, this technology is not possible. In case of 4G, what happens is that there is a time lag between the speed of the internet and the device that uses the internet. But in case of 5G, there won't be any time lag between these two things. It's because if it is a time lag, the turn that the car needs to take, it will not be able to take, because it's accessing the internet and finding out everything. So imagine a kind of a quantum computer, imagine kind of the devices, imagine the information. So everything that we know and do is available in the computer. So let us understand how it is going to affect this is the one example I've given you, how it is going to affect our health for that matter. So this was a real experience that was carried out in Wuhan, where the police were given the helmets, and these helmets were like a device that could access to the quantum computers and the supercomputers, and when you walk in, they know every conditions of yours. Are you affected by virus? What is your temperature? What are your parameters? What vaccines you have taken, what vaccines you have not taken, what you are exposed to, what you are not exposed to, what have you paid your taxes in time, what have you done, what is your bank status, what is the your credit score, everything that they can access just by, and it flashes, they don't have to do anything about it. So it is available to them and they can scan. Okay, are you wanted, have you been escaping, have you committed any crime? All the information about you is available. So health wise, all the parameters are available to you, which hospital you had been to, what kind of treatment have you taken, and what is your condition, and how many doctors have you visited. That is what even our Prime Minister have rolled out today, the app and health card, health identity, digital health identity that he was talking about in today's speech. But it is already on the card on the global level. So that's a kind of a impact that you will have on the health. So if something is not right with you, so you don't have to go through the entire process of finding out the reports and surgery that you need to do. It's just a laser goes into your heart and clears your heart blockages, or just a small invasion, I mean minimum piercing will be done, and the right kind of surgery will be done. But you are not, the doctors are not going to be in front of you. Doctors would be sitting in a remote place and doing the surgery on you. So these kind of technology are on the card, and which is already tested, ready to be rolled out. Now, there are very vital questions that are going to arise out of all this. So who are the people who are going to control this kind of an information is also a very vital thing to understand and know about, and how this is going to be happen. And so there are other possibilities like administration. So it is very easy for people to administer what has been happening uh, uh, around your lifestyles and what you do. So say for example banking. So banking people will just scan you and scan your digital ID and find out that this person is not capable of doing the business in the way, and he will make losses. And that's the future prediction. The business software, the software the banks are using, they are going to use it, and they find out about you, and they can deny the loan based on these informations. So when you want to go and apply it in the bank, you don't have to go through these procedures. It's your digital ID you give and the amount that you need, and everything will be processed and ready by the quantum computers, and it will be just disbursed in your bank account. So this kind of an administration changes on the banking front. As to where all other fronts, it's going to be huge rollout. I mean, it's going to be inexplicable. If you go just 20 years before, the kind of the internet revolution that we are experiencing, we never envisaged this 20 years ago, and this is going to speed up in coming time, as the time is speeding up in the universal consciousness. So in just a span of 5 years or less, it is going to you will see on the card. So coming on to the administration, the transportation, I have already explained it to you, that most of the transportations are going to be the driverless, and there won't be much of the accidents or the law breaking, and it will be very easy for to transport goods and things to the other destinations. It will be very nice. Now, in the case of information technology, in case of the information, so imagine this information is available at one place, and it is like a supercomputer. So in 1910, somebody like would often say that something which is called Advent Araman is going to emerge. So what this Advent Araman is the kind of a technological god, that is going to rule, and the religion is going to change completely, because this is not the religion that we will be forced to follow. We will be bowing down to this Advert Araman, because it is almighty, and all the information is in control with this god, or the admin, and that could be the new religion that would be emerging. Remember, I'm not talking about so many years from now. I'm talking something this is going to happen very soon with all of us. Okay, and this might give you a lot of questions in your mind as to what is going to happen in this world, and how is just a small COVID, the lockdowns and the viruses and the death. It's not that. It's just something which is inexplicable, which is beyond your imagination. That is on the card right now. So it's about that, and then the businesses. Now imagine when the kind of the things that you need, the system, it will work out your patterns, and it will know what you want and what has been your lifestyle. Everything that you need will be given to you or pushed to you much before, and all that necessary information that is required, it will be given to you. Now this is going to guide your perceptions also. Because right now, understand why I call this as an unknown spiritual revolution is very important. Because right now, if you decode the spirituality and the perceptions, everything is a perception, correct? So and when you go and deep down on the layers of the perceptions that you are piercing in it and come to the ultimate truth, and when you see the truth, so the in the terms of the possibility of the science, what is the truth? That if you go deep and decode the go into this field, what you find out that a lot of atoms are there, and beyond the atoms you will find out there are quantum particles, and then the quantum particles are capable of, there is no time, so it connects to the possibility of the time that you have. It's a past that it goes into. So when an human operates, it has all the past memories, and those memories are nothing but the perceptions that they carry. So there is a field of perception that every human carries and interact as the consciousness does, and this is how the consciousness advances and moves further. So what is going to happen here is, when you go deep within and go into the inner stillness and to the meditation or the knowing oneself, who you are, which you are not the physical body, the name or the emotions or the thoughts or the idea that you have about yourself, and the beliefs is not what the reality is. So we are given the five lenses of the perceptions to look at the world and experience, and that's the processing that we do. Now this will be taken over by the computers, and a very new reality that we are going to face. Now when I'm talking to you, you can listen to me, you can see me, but in the 5G generation, what you are going to, you can experience that, you can experience me there sitting in front of you, and you can touch me virtually, and I can feel your touch virtually. And imagine what kind of a possibility this is going to create. Okay, now I am eating something here. Okay, so what this tastes like, what this smells like, virtually I can send you that input or an information to you. So it is possible for us to feel, touch, smell, taste, all five senses in this virtual reality. Right now we are into this two phase of reality that we are interacting with through the technology, that the voice and the vision. See, the other senses, like when the voice and the vision comes, it is the hearing also comes. Now the smell and the taste and the feeling, these three aspects are not the part of our augmented reality that we are experiencing. That is possible within the next some time, with the technological advancement that is going to happen because of the 5G. Now there are a couple of vital questions that arises in our mind at this point of time. So what are these questions? Who is controlling this? So maybe 1% of the population is controlling this, who are the leaders who are controlling, but at one point this will go out of their control also, because the machines are going to take over the control over everything. How people think, how people, so when the frequencies are given to you, you can make to feel various feelings. Okay, feelings right now is generating out of the memory that pops in our mind, the conditioning we have, the values we have, the beliefs we have. It's a pattern of the emotions or the feelings that we experience, and that occurs as the situation, people, places that we interact with. But in this 5G world, this is going to be some frequency which can be sent to you, and you can make you feel fear, anxiety, depression, or anything of the negative sort. Also the positive feeling, like emitting the serotonin, adrenal flow of your body will increase. So these are the challenges that we are going to face. But that's why a lot of people are opposing the 5G, and It's a very, very secret which I'm sharing with you. All the fears that are now given to us to control ourselves to roll out this technology. So there is least resistance comes from us in implementing. So is it that we have to revolt against this? Is this the kind of revolution I am talking about? No, no, no. We have to adapt and accept the things that are going to come. I've already said in the beginning, those people who resist the change, they are going to be extinguished. I've already talked about the ultra-human. So even the computer is going to decide what kind of a population that is needed. How are we going to utilize the resource of the world? Because we have gone out of our way and to exploit the world. So that the whole aspect of the humanity that is going to be controlled and taken over by the computers. So the functionality is going to be shifted into the machine. What are we left with? What are the choices? How do we survive? What can we do? These are the questions. So this is a warning sign for the people who are putting their high stakes into the future development. They should know about this development and the changes that are going to come. If you're investing big, and watch out for the companies, if your investments are in such companies, that they are going to put their money for these kind of developments and these kind of things that are going to come. And trust me, believe me, the elite 1% of the population of the world knows everything about this. I'm not sharing something with the some section of the world does not know about, the government does not know about, the world leaders do not know about. They know everything about the whatever I have spoken to you right now. They are planning, they are rolling out, they are creating an environment, they are creating the system, they are preparing the humans for this. And this is what is going to happen. And even to my knowledge, the 5G, 6G, 7G plans are ready to be rolled out. Recently in this lockdown, I have read one of the brand has launched the 5G phone, 5G enabled phone. But remember, the phone is not going to be an instrument. It's just a device, to camouflage a lot many things in this. As now even the phone has been used to tap into what you are doing, where are you spending money, which are the places you go, which are the stores you visit, how much time you spend at one place. Now it wonders, the Google will give you the email as to when you travel, and it tells which places you had been to, where have you stayed, and how long you have been to, what was your traveling time. Every bit of information has been shared. But tomorrow, right now it is in control with few, but tomorrow it is going to be an open source information. And imagine the kind of information that is going to be available to us. So the drones are increasing, the technology is advancing, the world is ready to look into the new technological revolutions, and that where the spiritual revolution has to play a big role in it. So what is the spiritual revolution that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the spiritual revolution that is where there is no option left for us. When I've given you all these possibilities, so what is that you are going to do? You are going to be compelled to look into and evolve spiritually and to enlighten and to go over the augmented reality and the computers and the virtual reality, and to the quantum field of operations, to the new field of operations, to the new advancement of the energy. And that's what the consciousness wants. And this spiritual revolution is in alignment with the consciousness. So tomorrow the prime task of everybody is to meditate. How good you are, it's not the kind of the money that you have in the bank account. It is not kind of the resources that you have. Everything is available to you. Everything will be taken care of you. What are you going to do? So you have to tap into yourself, understand even without that state, you can know a lot of things right now. Also, deep dive into consciousness, know who you are, and start operating. That is the reason why in past few years, the time, with the acceleration of the time, we have experienced a lot of enlightenment, lot of spiritual awakening. At the same time, the energies have gone into the more of the fear. So in the range of three kind of people, where do you want to fit into, that you have to decide. Now I have luckily been into the you know this understanding and this entire phenomena that I'm experiencing right now. And because of my experiences with the spirituality and my understanding of it, mm, I've been guided. So I work with the people with the cross of liability that is there on their head, and it just changes because of the play of certain energies which I know, and they are out of those liabilities. So it's not about how much money that you can generate with this. It is how much money that you can generate with the peace that is more important, and it's going to be important in coming years. So I have something very interesting for you to offer today. Okay, to step out of this and step ahead in the time and to advance into something. The system which has come through me, through the consciousness, which I called it a Divya Shakti. And in Divya Shakti, I help you to tap into your own self, own resources, just by doing a small process, and then you experience new you. And with these new powers that you have, you operate in this world, like a power of telepathy, power of manifesting things through the words, with the connectivity in enhancement. You can connect to everything from the past, present, future, people, place, situation, living and non-living things, and keep your energy in balance, restore your health, tap into the 33 powers of yourself, change your operating system from the body to the soul. This I've been practicing for the last 6 to 7 years, and I've been giving to the people. And there are a lot of people in this movement, and they have worked extensively in this COVID situation, in this lockdown, emitted the energies like they have done more than 5,000 processes together to emit a very powerful energy, and I congratulate them for doing such a phenomenal job with us. So I am building a group of the people who are going to be the leaders, and if you wish to be the part of the leader, come and join me, experience Divya Shakti. I'm going to hold this Divya Shakti in August in Mumbai, 28, 29, 30, and that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can be the part of this program by just saying yes on the chat that you are getting. Now, if you are not from Mumbai, you will have all your fears and all your ideas about not coming to Mumbai, not attending the program. Trust me, in this lockdown, I have done 2 programs. Last one was with 11 people in the Wits Hotel, at the same place I'm going to hold this program for. And nothing stops. All that you need is the care that I will take care of. All that you need to take care of your own fears. The rest of the things will not bother you. So this is what my offer is to you. Usually I have decided to charge for this program in the beginning of 1,25,000 for 3 days program. Okay, giving you whole lot of a power. But that was, some of the people told me that it is too low for the kind of the offerings that you are giving. But as my idea was to share it with more number of people, I have kept the price as 51,000. But still, because of the COVID, I felt that I should be giving you offers that would enable you to attend this program. And the offer today is 36,000 that only you will pay to attend this program. And then I have a bonus for you. The bonus is that I will give you hand holding, because with this new energy you may not know how to deal with this world and this kind of a situation that is going to come. So I'll give you 90 days hand holding, and that is included in 36,000, and then more to come. And in 90 days your whole consciousness will shift, and your way of operating in this world and life will shift. You will attend what inner peace is, the inner joy is, and the inner direction that you need to take in the life and in the future. You can walk with the kind of the confidence, with the kind of the energy, with the kind of the resource that you need. That's my commitment to you. So you can join in program. If you are not from Mumbai, just get into the group of the Shri Vidya will post the group, the number. You can be the part of that group. Whenever I'm nearby your city, you can come in and join. Just make an intent to join, and the circumstances will lead you to the programs. And every participant who has attended my program of Divya Shakti has very mystically, very miraculously ended up in landing in the program. The participant, like, they don't know my name, that they have not had an opportunity to hear me the like which you are hearing me, or they do not know anything about me. Just the word Divya Shakti or my name ShriViral Manek have attracted them and attended those programs. So all that you need is an intent. And this is a very high vibrational, high frequency, high energy, and a very advanced state of spirituality that nobody has offered to the world till now, that I am offering to you. It's your chance to grab into this opportunity and access to this information. I hope you have liked the information which I have shared about the unknown spiritual revolution, because if you are evolved spiritually now, you will be the leaders of the future, the 5 years, 6 years, 10 years that is going to come. You can pass it on, this legacy, to your children. If you experience, you will feel that your children also need it. And this time there are a lot of children, a lot of young people of age of 20, 25 are joining. They are looking something which is non-religious, non-cult type of a program, and which gives you the entire freedom to yourself, in operating in the world that you are operating. Then there is at most no restrictions in this program. Okay, there is no restriction that you will face in this process. It is a very free, open-ended. It's virtually giving you the kind of the freedom that you want in your life to deal with it. You have no comprehension of this freedom that you have ever experienced. Freedom for you means, having the freedom to move around in the cage. And I want to break the cage and make you experience what the world is. If you want to be the part of this, and in the part of the evolution is not on the card now. It's only the revolution is on the card. I will think, I will decide, I will let know that if the time passes, the opportunity passes, it's not going to come back again to you. And the way we are perceiving the past is not going to be there anywhere in the future. Then how this will help? Because your mind is capable of creating any kind of questions, you know that. So when you tap into your inner resource, when you tap into your inner powers, you will be above all. And you will be guiding the consciousness, and the consciousness will guide through you. So when the consciousness chooses, through whom should I, download this information? So if you are ready, only then the information is downloaded through you. That is what exactly happened in case of the radio that was invented. The same technology was on the card. It was available on the cloud information. Jagdish Chandra Bose also access to that technology, and somebody took the credit of it because they rolled out. So it's up to you. in the kind of the stakes, the kind of the family, the relationships. The relationship is going to be something in this way, what you want to imagine. When I say that you can experience people virtually, think of the kind of an experience we are going to generate. Probably next time, in some years from now, I'll be giving you program sitting in my house, and you will be coming virtually in one position, one place, and experiencing this program. So why wait till then? Have an opportunity to interact. Thank you, namaskar, and thank you for understanding, listening, and maybe I want to explain things far deeper, far quicker. So any questions that I'm ready to take on now. Thank you.